of her own medicine.
Yeah, open hand slaps from Jenna.
Nice spear
from the mount.
And welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling video podcast, filmed in glorious Grapple Vision and encoded with blast processing. We chronologically critique wrestling storylines pay-per-view by pay-per-view. This is your host, the Patriot, Jay Hunter, joined as ever with the Bird of War, OSC, and the Trash Man, V1.
What's the crack?
They're all Always Sunny references.
Absolutely.
It's TNA Victory Road 2009, and it's giving it right now. Welcome, Noggers! Happy days are here again. V1, ooh, how are you doing after the journey, Del Foley, of lockdown 2009?
I've been better. I've been calmer.
How much Impact have you watched?
A lot.
There was a grimace there that I don't think we can capture.
There was like 5 impacts and then lockdown and then an impact. Then I watched Sacrifice.
Oh, wow.
Then I watched Slammiversary. Then I watched the 4 impacts.
Oh, my God.
Victory Road and an impact.
Oh, my God.
It was a miserable couple of days.
But it will equate to a really good 2 minutes on this show. You know, it's the cream of the crop.
See, the fucking FOMO hits. There's the fear of missing out on something that might be really good.
Yeah.
OC, how you doing, sir?
Mighty.
We had a fantastic response to your OC CVC.
Following the OOC BA.
Yeah. I have no new segments this week. I had 2 last time.
With nothing.
Yeah, I had 2 last time. That'll keep me going now for a while.
Fantastic.
That'll tie over the SOBs for a while.
All things considered, I thought it was a good book.
And we have a possible winner, a gimmick-ending winner to the Most Nudie Man Award. We have Jay White versus Kota Ibushi, Wrestle Kingdom 15.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh Jesus.
See everything.
There's a lot of flesh. It's an unfortunate moment in time that's been captured, preserved in high definition.
If he was wearing trousers that were not that colour, I think he'd get away with it. I mean, I can see the trouser line. But it's just
little peak of white there.
It's just not sufficient. Can I add one thing? Put a baseball cap on him.
So we know that he's finished getting crap.
That's fantastic.
Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes.
Look into my eyes.
Pay-per-view start. Look in my eyes. Look in my eyes. Look in my eyes. Look in my eyes. What do you see? A 44-year-old Mick Foley. Bandy knee. The battle for power. The war reaches its peak. Will the main event mafia achieve total domination? It's Victory Road! It's July 19th, 2009 from the HD Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. Attendance in the Impact Zone is the Costa Curta, Roberto Baggio, as ever, the TNA faithful, 1,100 fans with a $0 gate. You just had to attend the TNA tapings beforehand to get your ticket stamped. Our inaugural contest is for the TNA Women's Championship. The beautiful people's Angelina Love versus Tara, the champion. My goodness, Tara/Victoria wrestling debut on OSW. She was just in WWE. How did she leave WWE? Haha. Last match was at WrestleMania 24, watching Santina Marella win the Women's Battle Royal.
Oh man. Was that the one where they had the Kid Rock concert when they were all walking out, dropping it like it's hot on his big knacker legs?
Yes, Santino's twin sister from Italy. Yay. Give her dues. She picked her spot. She waited for Beth and Melina to tie it up on the ropes and she just dumped them out. Clever.
Whoa. Hey, wait. Well, the diva you talked about just became the survivor.
My name is Santina.
Santina.
Hate it or love it, Santino was fucking way over at the time. It was probably the right decision.
He was the most over act at the time, which is a damning indictment of WWE's booking.
Yeah.
Santina came back in 2020 actually, whenever they interviewed her backstage, and since it's in HD you can see his big hairy chest and stuff, and having a laugh, and it's like, oh, so what's next for Santina? And it was like, I don't know, if WWE want me, I'm here, you know.
Oh god. Will bump for food.
We'll be seeing Santina again soon.
I don't know. If they want me, I'm here.
Tara, she arrived in TNA just over a month later in May. How did she debut? Angelina was in the ring bragging she's beat everyone. Tara, aka Victoria from WWE, just comes out and says, I'm beating me. You know, multiple gimmick Tara here. She had her box Tarantula.
Tarantula? That's great.
Called Poison.
She did have a match at Slammiversary, which wasn't particularly great. Velvet kept on getting involved and she sprayed her in the face, and that's how she lost. But she did have a rematch on Impact a couple of weeks later. She lost due to interference again, but then she complained and they got the match restarted, and that's how she became the TNA Knockouts champion, by losing twice.
To beautiful people with their most strippy lingerie outfits to date, Dave Meltzer, Tokyo Dome, 6.25 stars.
And is this the best pay-per-view poster of all time, by the way?
With the ladies on it?
Yeah, it's the three beautiful people in Americana bikinis. I think it's the best pay-per-view poster of all time.
I think Americans are not allowed to dispute it. Legally,
right.
They can't say it's not the best.
Okay.
You know?
Although I do love, is it Sacrifice 2009 with AJ dressed as, is it Marcus from
From Gears?
Yeah. Incredible.
It's hilarious. Considering he's not even in the main event of that show.
Tenay talks about Tara's confidence level rising. She's the defending champ. She doesn't need the confidence. She's the top of the mountain. Who cares?
Yeah.
Rare to see a woman wrestle in a knee brace. Tara there, like Stone Cold. Awkward, let Angelina hot dog on the outside. Tara takes her top off to hot dog, and it's like, wait, do a move, then hot dog. You know? Ooh, we get a tarantula. Surely that should be her finisher, because with the spider. But it's like,
It can't end the match.
yeah, it's an illegal move.
Yeah.
She has to break the hold. Hilarious. Jock swatch, Angelina hitching her tights, and dub spot, double clothesline. Dub spot, dubby dub, because we used to do a double clothesline and then call the next few moves until we do the double clothesline again.
Yeah.
Stamp over and clean the boots. Very nice. Standing moonsault by Tara. Lovely form. Zero impact to the heel.
Been awfully effective for the champ. There it is, right on the money, right into the pin. And no! Man, that was close.
Finish of the match. Velvel botches her interference, spraying Angelina and gets my sexy fanny ejected. Love evades a top rope moonsault, pins Tara, who gets the foot on the rope, but the ref doesn't see it. 1, 2, 3, new champion after 7 minutes. And we're back to where we were at the end of lockdown. So, just scrub the last 3 months.
Angelina! Unbelievable, gets the title back!
What do you think?
A perfectly competent match between two perfectly competent wrestlers. That's it.
Yeah. I said 2 perfectly cromulent wrestlers in a perfectly cromulent match.
Oh, this is wild. I have a totally acceptable match between 2 acceptable wrestlers.
Wow. Yeah. Post-match, Tara ref brother Hogan's it complaining about the unfair count. She is right, by the way, and kicks Slick Johnson. Super kicks him. The heels pull out Angelina, but there's one lad in the ring to take the spider walkie spot. Much like Home Alone 1, where Marv has the Coke's leg. Coke grabs the pet spider and then puts it on him.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, yeah, enjoyed that. Watching it, obviously the ref has to sell it, and Rosie has to actually, Road F, actually, it's not that big in the impact zone. But like, he has to over-emote so everyone knows what he's doing. But you can't spook the spider as well. You don't want to piss him off.
Yeah.
So,
I would imagine the spider is defanged, but you don't want him legging it either, because you are not going to catch that fucker.
Oh yeah, if he gets out into the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Could you imagine it?
It would be great. I wish that happened.
It would be so good.
So funny.
It would be the second biggest talking point on this show. I do want to say, I'm very glad that they put the belt back on Love, because I think the Beautiful People are one of the best acts in TNA. They were super over. They were lots of fun, and I'm very bored of these mid-card ex-WWE acts immediately coming in and being made the top of TNA, because they shouldn't be. They should be used not in that way at all.
I think, yes, generally, but with Tara, I think the women's division at this point is so sparse. I have no issue with her getting up to the top of the card, not necessarily winning the title, but certainly being in contention, because she's a good wrestler.
Is there as well.
Yeah.
I am here in the locker room of the main event Mafia. TNA World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle set to do battle tonight against Mick Foley.
Backstage, JB is with the main event Mafia. Kurt is the frickin' champion? Joe is with the main event Mafia? Sting is out?
This is Kent Brockman reporting to you on a crisis so serious it has its own name and theme music.
June 25th, the Mafia officially turn on Sting and kick him out. I was watching TNA's YouTube channel about a month after we started the Main Event Mafia story arc. They uploaded
the
main event
history of the Main Event Mafia.
And it's a great video. There's no matches in it, it's all promos, but all of the O-lads, shock or not, they're still great at cutting promos. So it's just a great 90 minutes of promos or whatever.
By the way, June 25th, 2009, the day Michael Jackson died.
Oh, and what did Martin Bashir have to say about that?
Yeah, can I have more TV time, please? Yes, you can, Martin.
You can have all of it, mate. All of it.
Is this
would you like any belts with that, would you?
I'll take Tanahashi's,
yeah, it all comes full circle, doesn't it? There you go. Okay. The Mafia officially turn on Sting and kick him out. Sting is reading the Mafia, the Riot Act. Look at you, Joe. It was because of punks like you that we started the Main Event Mafia to begin with. Kurt brought Joe in behind his back. He brought in Matt Morgan too. Kurt tries to fob this off, but Morgan delightfully outs him. Kurt didn't have anything to do with it. He had everything to do with it. It's a nice line.
Yeah. So he officially just outed Kurt as going behind his back right there. And that's okay. That's kind of irreparable.
Yeah.
So Sting is saying, I'm out of this faction. I'm going to address each of you individually.
Steiner, you brainless jockhead who plays follow the leader wherever you go. Booker, you only care about yourself. Don't know about that.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah. But Kevin, I expected more from you. Remember Wolfpack. Piss off. Fucking Kevin Nash. You expected more than that. I expected less.
Honestly, Kevin Nash, I think that you can argue that his body of work in TNA is the hardest he ever worked.
His promos were actually quite good, and I think he plays a blinder in this one.
Yeah.
So you expected more from me?
Nash stands his ground. Why? I vouched for you to bring you in. I believed in the... But look around, your plan ain't working. Kurt's is. He's got the belt. Honor and dignity is bullshit. This is about money. We've got the same God, but mine has $100 bill under it.
That's a great line.
It is. We used Jenna's money to buy Joe because we couldn't beat him. And I'm not fighting these guys.
I think that's nice. So he's saying, yeah, I would join with you and your cause, but that's a losing side. I'm with the winners here.
Your point about turning up a character to 11. Nashy, money, yes. I don't think there was enough of it in his career. Like in WCW, but he's banging on about money.
No, nothing along the lines of
Yeah.
TNA.
Diesel doesn't care about money, but Kevin Nash only cares about money.
Yes.
It's a layer that I feel that commentary and TNA writers dropped, because the fact that Nash chose money literally proves Sting right. It's not about respect, honor, and dignity, and he chose the wrong side.
Yeah.
Look around! It ain't working, man! Your plan ain't working! His is! He's got the belt! You know what? The honor and dignity thing, it's bull. It's bull. I believe in God we trust. I know yours is up there. Mine is too, but it's also on the top of a $100 bill. This is about money. This is about money. We took her money. We took Jenna's money. We bought this son of a bitch right here because we couldn't beat him. You can make friends or you can make money, but you can't make both in this business. I'd love to stand next to you right now and be your friend, but I'll be damned if I'm fighting these son of a bitches. That ain't gonna happen. This is a fairy tale that we tell our kids at night when we tuck them in bed.
Wait a minute! Look out, Samoa Joe's got the belt! Oh! And Joe, what a shot from behind to the back of Sting! He just dropped him!
So Sting is out. But how did Kurt get the belt?
V1!
A quick
jump
recap, okay? A ridiculous main event. It was the ultimate sacrifice match featuring Foley, Jeff Jarrett, Sting, and Angle. Each of these people, in order to get into the match, had to put something on the line. They had to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Let us guess. Let me get, because obviously you've got notes on
All
this.
right. What did Foley put up on the line?
Foley put up his shares in the company?
No, he put up his title.
Oh, well, apologies, lads.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, who's next?
Okay, Jeff
Jarrett is putting up his stake or his control in some manner, shape, or form.
Exactly. He's putting up his controlling shares, aka his ownership of TNA.
Okay. Who's next?
See, the problem is he puts up his kayfabe shares, and so he still has his shoot shares, so he can always put it on the line.
Not by the time Victory Road comes around. We will talk about that.
But imagine if he said, no, my actual shoot shares, I'm putting them
on the line. The Stinger.
I'm going to say he's giving up his potential rematch with Mick.
No, he's putting his career on the line. If he is pinned in this match, by the way, you only have to give up if you are pinned.
Fair enough.
And Kurt Angle
puts up. Steve, do you want to guess?
Thank you. The leader of the Main Event Mafia.
Yes. He puts up the leadership of the Main Event Mafia on the line.
Which is not really something you can give, because they can just leave and form their own mafia.
Yeah.
No Kurt Mafia.
I would just like to point out, there is nothing to gain from beating Sting.
Because he doesn't want to show up to work now.
Because if you beat Foley, you become champion. Yeah. If you beat Angle, you become the leader. If you beat Jarrett, you own TNA. If you beat Sting, he's Goonie.
Yeah, why would you care?
Yeah.
Good point.
Strong face, first goes Angle. Sting slides in. Sting on top. Sting. What?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Match ends. Jarrett hits a top rope stroke onto Angle onto a chair, but Sting flies in, throws Jarrett out, and pins Kurt Angle to become the new leader of the Main Event Mafia. So Foley is still a champion despite not winning the match.
I thought that was the most obvious one, that Foley would lose the belt.
He should have.
Yeah.
It's an out for him, yeah.
So that was Sacrifice 2009. And then Slammiversary, which is a King of the Mountain match, which is a reverse ladder match where you have to take the belt and hang it up. Fucking stupid. It's so stupid.
Because you don't end with... You have to make... Did Mick Foley invent this? Because you have to get the belt, put it on the hanger, then take it off the hanger again and celebrate.
Yeah. So this match, Kurt Angle comes out wearing the Pittsburgh jersey of some sort.
Penguins.
I don't know. Penguins. And Joe comes out wearing a Detroit Red Wings, and they have a little brawl, a little tete-a-tete to start the match. But it's all a swerve because it's TNA. Joe takes out AJ, who the fans desperately want to win, and he hands the world title to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle pins it on top. He is the new world champion. Joe has joined the Main Event Mafia. Fuck me.
He's gonna... What? He just handed the belt to Kurt Angle! What the hell? Kurt Angle!
Ladies and gentlemen, king of the match, and new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Kurt Angle!
How did they spin it, Joe's heel turn? How did he join? Like, what was his reasoning?
They explain it in a promo on the Impact after. The Main Event Mafia come out and they gloat. Kevin Nash says that basically, we worked yous all. This was a plan all along. The lads, Booker, Steiner, Joe, me, we all took a beating from Joe so that we could fool everyone, so that when the right moment came, we could we could have the belt and have Joe and be the most powerful team ever. Fuck off. Fuck off.
I'm okay with that.
Every member of the Main Event Mafia taking a bullet for the greater of the family, because that's what families do.
Because you could argue, well then, why did anyone take a beating from him then? What's the point? Why did you need to fool anyone? But the reason Joe got into this match to be in a position to help Kurt was by beating up the Main Event Mafia. I'm okay with it.
They also did say that they used Jenna Morasca's money to pay for Joe. You see, Jenna Morasca won Survivor.
Season 6.
And she won $1 million, but she invested it and turned 1 million into many millions.
She's that good.
She turned 1 million into 10,000. Excellent. So it was a shoot when they injured Joe, and sometime after that, they just courted him, and he was like, here, do you want the money? And he's like, I would like the money, actually.
Yeah.
Which is what, when he was feuding with Nash, he was like, you should listen to me. I've got the money. I've got the house on the beach. I'm the one. And he's, yeah, he does. So, you know, he's got a point.
He does. It's still shit, though.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Do you not think part of what is souring you on this is obviously how terrible Joe looks? You can't look at anything else. You can't focus on anything else. You can't enjoy anything when Joe is on screen.
There is an improvement. His cock now faces, not his eye, but his mouth.
He does now have a bendy cock.
Yeah.
But it's less cocky, though. It is. It's less cocky.
Yeah. The last one had like
cocky.
There's less of a helmet there, you know.
A helm.
Yeah. What does Kurt say? Jesus Christ. Don't expect a pay-per-view quality match from me tonight. And I was like, because you're wrestling Mick. No.
Brilliant.
Because I'm going to maul him quick. He's not playing games. No fun, all business. I want domination. Joe, Kevin, Steiner, Booker. Win tonight by pinfall or submission, or you're out of the Mafia. And I did like that.
And I want to warn all you out there that are watching on pay-per-view. Do not expect a quality pay-per-view match from me tonight.
Blueprint Matt Morgan versus Chris Daniels. Matt is looking to impress Kurt Angle because he wants in the Mafia. Would you want Matt Morgan in the Mafia?
Well,
if you're Kurt?
Joe shouldn't be in the Mafia. I mean, if you want to uphold the reason for the Main Event Mafia coming together, Morgan shouldn't be in the Mafia. Joe shouldn't be in the Mafia.
Joe was at least a former world heavyweight champion.
In TNA, yeah.
Are they allowing that? I suppose, even though that wasn't really the
rest of them
point.
Are proper
legends.
Worldwide.
Exactly. Legends. Yeah. And, you know, they came into the company to take over. Joe is an original inverted commas. Just because he won the belt doesn't make him eligible, and certainly not Morgan. Fair enough if you had Morgan as a heavy. He's not officially part, which he's kind of doing their dirty work, right? He's not officially part of the Mafia, but they'll send him off to do tasks. I'm okay with that.
It's kind of like Homer makes a motorcycle group and he has a motorcycle, and Matt Morgan is Lenny with the lawnmower. Come on, I have to empty my bag.
Wait up, guys. I gotta empty my grass bag.
When it comes to the blueprint, the DNA of TNA, he is the perfect physical specimen. That's never been in question. But is he main event Mafia material?
Blueprint kicks off by hoofing Daniels over the top rope. Great spot.
Loved it.
Referee Jamie Taylor is able to usher the action back into the ring. Story of the match is a David versus Goliath. Crafty and quick, smaller veteran versus inexperienced giant of a man. So, lots of Daniels taking advantage but eventually getting cut off by Morgan's strength. Suicide dive to the outside doesn't knock Morgan off his feet, but Daniels slaps hands with a fan for a successful move anyway. But he can take him down with a springboard moonsault to the outside. Later, Daniels jumps over the top to the mats outside and sells the leg. It had buckled on him previously and is nagging him again here. Morgan notices and leg drops Fallen Angel's leg out of his leg. And take a beer. I love this side slam. Check the watch, and he just discards Daniels. Lovely heel brute action there.
That might be the best thing he's ever done. It was actually really cool. It was very, very cool.
Noting OC's wearing the shirt and going over to you.
Yeah.
High-fiving you. Surprising grab the jocks for extra grip, pick up and snake eyes Daniels into the turnbuckle. Tries a second time and gets reversed into a DDT. Daniels' left knee gives out. Carbon footprint. Is it time for the Hellovator? Why, yes. And 1, 2, 3. And surely the main event Mafia is impressed.
It is Hellovator time. Daniels up. Done. Daniels driven down. Referee counts 3.
Here is your winner, the Blueprint, Morgan!
I like this one. Daniels kept up with Matt, you know. they went toe-to-toe. Now, I mean, Daniels is a Rolls Royce of a wrestler. He glides around the ring.
Yeah.
He makes wrestling look easy. Obviously, AJ is incredible, but even more so, he's more elegant than AJ. But he was just working. He was working for Matt in this match. I loved that Morgan went over clean. Hint of potential push here. You know, you never know.
Well, we do know.
Well, yeah, but...
and it's no.
Yeah, but for this night of all nights, Morgan looked like the world could have been at his feet, but he can't wrestle Daniels every week, unfortunately. Yeah, you got another match with Abyss coming up. But
Dr. Stevie.
no. Jesus. But I really like this.
Yeah, Daniels is a bumping machine. As you perfectly expounded why Daniels is such a fantastic wrestler, and this is why he should always have a job in wrestling. My goodness.
Elegant was a perfect word for it. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed this match. I was dreading it coming in because Matt Morgan is on a run of particularly bad matches, but he worked super well. Daniels is great. I thought this was shockingly good. The only downside is that the fans weren't into it. The crowd were really quiet, and that definitely took the match down a couple of notches. But if I'm just going to judge the work that was in the ring, I give this match a definite thumbs up. It's the best Morgan match we've seen.
I quite like that look at the watch gimmick. Yeah, really arrogant brash heel thing. It's not even a real watch though, you know. Reminds me, Kurt Angle went into the TNA Hall of Fame. Dixie Carter gave him a used watch.
Oh, come on.
She bought the Rolex off the internet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And it was only found out that Bruce Pritchard outed her. And he was like, yeah, she bought it online.
How did he know?
Oh, he was there. He was there, you know, watching her put it in the cart, checking out.
That was a bit of a dick move to be letting that out, but that's also very cheap.
Yep.
Anything? No, I don't know. Match number 2. I don't know why I'm speaking like this, but Dr. Stevie has a quickie... No, it's not even a match. Dr. Stevie has a quickie promo before his bout with Abyss. Can you read this in a gravelly voice?
You want me to do Dr. Stevie again? Yes, I can't. He's so tough to do.
Just give it
there's a gigantic size disparity, but with Abyss, it's mind over body, and that's where I'll beat Abyss. You'll find out who's the doctor and who's the patient. I sound like your man from...
South Park?
No.
He's coming right for us.
Oh, Ned. Dr. No.
Vocal cords.
Yeah.
Interesting, because you do sound like a baddie in a James Bond film. Dr. No, vocal cords.
I respect
the mind over the body. And where I dominate Chris is right here.
It's Dr. Stevie versus Abyss. Richards out first. Do therapists wear scrubs?
In hospitals? In hospitals?
No. Abyss looking very V1 today. Hobo, sleeveless, brown coat, multiple layers of torn clothing, burn holes on the back, soaked tummy on the front.
Yeah, that's Steve, all right.
Bin bag trousers.
Yeah.
He'd probably have shorts, though, you know?
He looks a lot better in this than that shite white outfit.
Oh, I'm so glad he's past that.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
hobo
so glad.
Yeah.
He did have a promo on the go home Impact. He went for his session and he battered Dr. Stevie and he was like, therapy is now over. I like that. It's good.
Yeah.
Good shit.
No more therapy sessions. I don't need these whites anymore.
Dr. Stevie, WCW's him good. WCW as in he's first in the ring, he gets out of the ring, makes his opponent run around and he jumps back in the ring and then kicks him. Aha, WCW. He breaks out a security telescopic baton and starts hitting and choking Abyss with it. I just guess it's no DQ. Should have written that on the match card. TNA fobbed it off as Dr. Stevie added it. And he has that power apparently, and Cornette never okayed it, but everyone just went along with it, and that's how it is. In Shoot, it's because they wanted the gimmick finish, but you can only do that if it's a no DQ. Find out in 2 minutes. Brawl to the outside. Back in. Toss Stevie back out. We've got nothing. We get to see the crowd with some digital cameras. Do you like those?
Yeah, remember
those?
the old digis. Yeah.
Did you ever upgrade? I remember back in 2009 you were still rocking the disposables.
Disposables were great because if you lost them, you lost them. You know, whereas with the old digis,
oh man,
you know, you can't be losing that.
Yeah.
But first time I ever saw one, I was, wow, that's amazing. You can actually see what you've taken. Amazing.
Sparkling 240p.
Yeah.
Heel Don West, after hearing booing of Steven Richards, the fans couldn't afford him anyway. For Dr. Stevie. That's quite good. Weird entire forehead of Dr. Stevie is a crimson mess. It was like he was slapped with a paintbrush. It was like, do you know?
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It was weird looking, wasn't it? Did he just cut the entire way across?
Must have.
And maybe it's the very top and it just went.
Yeah.
Throw into a propped up chair. Shock treatment. A whack-a with Daffers. A whack-a with Lauren. But Daphne manages to get the taser to Dr. Stevie, but he eats a black hole slam instead. Obviously, that would have been the finish, but hey, what have we got? We have Abyss. He sees the taser, holds it up, turns it on. Little red light. I do like that. Yeah. Thanks, high definition. And tasers his sternum.
You'll never be able to dig yourself out of this hole. No! Wow! Holy cow, you can feel the skin smoke, and he just cooked him.
Well, you can smell it all the way over here at the broadcast table. The burning flesh.
End it! Here's your winner, the Monster,
I love it. It's bollocks. It's terrible, but I love it. But Stevie had the chance to do the OSC special, sell the taser with his feet.
Yeah. How else was he supposed to sell it?
He did the
wiggled.
hands. He wiggled the hands.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and in just under 10 minutes, the monster wins. Therapy sessions have ended.
Yeah, look, I mean, we're done with Abyss, right? This has to be the end of Abyss now.
The end of Abyss.
No, this is it now.
He's gone.
You're right. Thank you, Steve, right?
No, I don't know.
You'll have to find out next
he's a complete fool.
He's a clown.
But lads, the taser spot. It was a special time in our lives to witness this with the talcum powder, you know, whatever. Why didn't they clean it first, you know? Come on. But it was hilarious and wonderful, and it's the kind of thing that you could see in TNA, which was nice to see. We can embrace a little bit of bollocks a lot of bollocks, but this kind of special, really silly bollocks we get every now and again, which we get a laugh out of, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. First of all, this is not a good match. It's just not. But I enjoyed it. It was silly. It was fun. It built up well to a fun spot that was over with the fans, and it ends this angle. Everyone had their ha-has, and now we can all move on. I would give this a tepid thumb up.
Whoa. Wow.
I'm glad the bout, despite being the same kind of gimmick as the last time, little versus large type match, it was very different. It's a slovenly arena brawl, but it's way worse. Oh man, Abyss. Obviously, I love the bollocky ending. Best thing about it, besides that, was DW healing out throughout the bout, finishing with Dr. Stevie, he'll be reviled and no one will ever know the good work Dr. Stevie was trying to do. Oh, that's good, mate. And who could say no to the Home Alone 2 spot where Marv grabs the electrified sink and he's like... And I just wish they just spliced like a skeleton of Dr. Stevie in the ring.
That would have been amazing. Oh my God.
Don't even. Don't. Abyss, you'll never be able to dig yourself out of this hole. No! You can feel the skin smoke and he just cooked him.
You guys know what's at stake here tonight, right? It's all about these. Storm, man, hold on to that thing. We got to, because Kurt's got his guys fired up.
Foley gives a pep talk to babyfaces Beer Money and AJ Styles. Foley, wow, looking so much better. Like, he's dropped a noticeable amount of weight since April, and it's July now. And he says, please don't lose your belts because I don't want the pressure of being the defender of TNA. So please, if you could not all of you not job, I'll be happy.
I do like the premise of, you know, in a sporting competition, it's best out of 5 or whatever. And I'm really happy that Foley is making reference to, you know, if you leave it till the end, you're putting me under immense pressure to make up for your losses in the meet. It feels like more of a sporting event than wrestling potentially does, usually.
Yeah. I like it. We'll take your positive sporting mindset.
Yeah.
Sporting things.
Yeah. In the build, this was absolutely meant to be Jarrett. Like, Jarrett for the past few weeks has been, you know, rallying the troops and getting them to fight against the big evil bad. But his affair with Karen became very public at this point, and Dixie got furious and she sent him home. And so he was pretty much written out of the angles, and so they had to get Foley in.
Just say, like, they were dating since the prior year and Angle had already feuded with him. And so, like, he knew about it. So it wasn't like a surprise or revelation to Kurt.
It's weird how they went a year and then all of a sudden it became like a big topic, you know? Very, very strange.
And we'll revisit that later on. For the IWGP, well, I was going to say baby belts, but they're all baby belts, aren't they? The tag titles, the Dudley Boyz, the champions versus the British Invasion. Team 3D infringe on the main event Mafia's gimmick, saying they get no respect.
You would think that after 22 World Tag Team titles, we would have earned just a little bit of respect from the British Invasion.
Brits caused them to lose their TNA tag titles, haha, and they are out first. Doug Williams, V1. I was going to say your boy, but he can't be... I'm sure he's not top 6, but where, you know, is he...
Would he be in the stud? Yes. Would he be in the stable? No. He'd be looking in the window, feeling a bit sad.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. I do really like Doug Williams. He's a very good wrestler, and you could see that having him there made Magnus better because he's green as grass. I'm sure he learned a lot. And a great fucking finisher with the Chaos Theory suplex.
I'm surprised you hold him in such high regard because he does wrestling moves. I would have thought Dave Taylor would be more your speed, you know?
A lot more holds.
Yeah, a lot
more,
of standing.
And lying down and then legs spread.
And
just the flabby thighs
looking
at the inner thighs.
That'd be your...
Like, do I look like someone who would turn down a bit of Dave Taylor? No, sirs.
3D out next. I was like, every time. I just lost it when 3D came out and they still have the teeny tag title belts. Like, I'll never tire looking at them. Because Bubba's a big dude.
They look smaller on them.
Yeah, and he's got the toy belt. It's preposterous. It's like a little, do you know those, if you want to fry an egg and they have the size of those egg pans. It's like one of those, do you know? Over his shoulder. We can't have the same conversation about this again. We move on. Jingoistic Bubba holds up a USA flag for a cheap chant. USA, USA, USA. 2 things. 1, the flag is backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, a fan spilled his Mountain Dew on it. Is that even illegal in America? Having a dirty flag.
They do love their flag over there. Yeah.
Although incredibly British invasion. See how they sell it? They're Credit Channel USA is like, hold the ears. I gotta hear this. No. Brilliant.
By the way, lads, is this our first coverage of the big man Rob Terry?
Yes, it is actually, isn't it?
He's been mentioned but never featured.
There he is with that classic Welsh naughties haircut.
Yeah.
You know that, what's it called? A faux hawk? That kind of...
It's not quite a faux hawk, but yeah, it's like a spiky mullet almost.
It is
isn't
mullety.
It?
It's mullet.
Yeah,
it's very Welsh.
Okay, America have the Jersey Shore. In England, would it be the Mersey Shore?
Well, they had the Geordie Shore.
Okay, mine rhymes.
And they had the version of that, the Welsh version of that was called the Valleys.
The Valleys.
And like there was lots of people with this mullety kind of haircut, but
Gonzi and Swansea.
The Gonzi and Swansea.
Look at him there.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, well done.
But this guy, has anybody got anything positive to say about Rob Terry?
He's dedicated.
Is
the
he?
Gym.
Yeah, true.
He's
very true.
Ginormous.
Yeah.
He looks great. Like he doesn't look great because of the hair.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Steve.
It makes him look like a lout that you'd see coming out of a club at 4:30 in.
Yeah, in a tight t-shirt.
Eating a battered sausage or something. You know what I mean?
Okay. Just question. British, Brit, Polish, Pole, Daneland, Dane, Swedish, Swedes, Scottish, Scots. All of those are okay. Japan, Jap, not okay.
I have brought this up on stream so many times.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I understand it's got ties to the war in the Pacific, and that was used as a derogatory term. But it's like, just because American soldiers use it as a derogatory term doesn't mean that other people in the world think of it that way. It's literally just faster.
There's no other part of the world. What are you talking about?
There is only America.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, that is a massive issue when it comes to things like this.
Like the internet is like 95% Americans.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's why it's so fucking stupid.
Doug versus Bubba. Back elbow, back splash, missed. Bubba quickly gets up with a power slam. Very nice, mate. Gentlemanly go under and necktie Bubba down to the mat. A nice handshake for a job well done.
I love that pose. It's the most British thing ever. The only thing that make it better is if they went like they were drinking tea or something like that.
Weird fast tempo for the match. It's like it's busy work till the finish. No heat, what's up, and headbutt. Deafening silence as he sets up the table. Big Rob hits Magnus by mistake and 3D on Doug for the clean win. 3D retain.
And here you go. You can see the 3D. 1, 2, they got it.
Then the foreigners stick together as Kiyoshi and Sheik attack the Americans, ending in a Bashir table spot.
Nobody cares about the British invasion.
Where's Dave Taylor?
Where's Dave Taylor? But Doug Williams, the most solid of solid hands. Put him in the X Division. Watch him grow. Get rid of Magnus, get rid of Rob Terry. Nobody cares. Nobody's interested. Yeah, so nothing of note in this match other than they had their priorities straight by keeping Bashir relevant. There was a reason for this match.
He's all over this company.
We almost went 8 minutes without Bashir there.
Yeah, I know.
He's getting the shakes.
But you know what's just around the corner now, that the British invasion seemingly joined forces with Kiyoshi, with Bashir. The World Elite. It's coming.
The dawning
it's
of
coming.
a new era.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to say about this except 3D must love Doug Williams as he does all of the important spots in this match. Like,
I mean, that's because he could.
Yep.
Like even with the backsplash bit, I like that. The power slam, the big rock bottom, the 3D. 1, 2, 3 retains in 10-15. What about then?
This was such a nothing match. Like, if you had this match on free television, it would be
a nothing match.
Maybe a standard television tag match, but to have this on a pay-per-view to charge someone for this, I think it's quite cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, it's weird because it is a TV match because you're in the impact zone.
Yeah.
So everything's a TV match, but, you know, mum's the word. What? I don't know.
Don't tell anyone they're in the impact.
Yes, they won't figure it out. No. I was just watching this, and we're how many matches are we in? Three matches in?
Flying by 4 matches.
So we're 4 matches down. I'm like, stop making us wait. When is Jenna Morasca? Referee Slick Johnson has to answer for him counting to 3 despite the leg on the ropes, Tara, in the opening bout. He apologises, saying he's only human, he was out of position. Good stuff. The referee's decision is final, sorry about that, but he'll go to Cornette to recommend she get a rematch. However, later on in the girls' locker room, Lauren wants answers and shirtless Slick comes out of the shower babbling about cleaning a spider bite. And then Madison Rain comes out inferring he got tit for tat or tittle for tattle. That's all I got. Joe,
not a hair out of place, by the way. You know,
I know, ridiculous.
Absolutely grand. Yeah.
I don't think they were showering in there. I also love how Madison, in front of the camera and the camera crew and the pay-per-view audience in attendance and at home, Lauren, you keep your mouth shut about this.
I love wrestling so much.
Okay, yes, finally, Jenna Morasca versus Sharmell. Sharmell has Sojo Bo in her corner. Jenna has Awesome Kong. Finally, the women of the Main Event Mafia explode here at Victory Road. In kayfabe, why is Jenna Morasca here? She's the winner of Kevin Nash's Big Sexy Tour Valet search, as having a side chick entourage is befitting the Legends champion. Morasca won Survivor Season 6 years ago. And
wow.
She's been beefing with Sharmell, and it's come to this.
There was a backstage segment with the Main Event Mafia, and they were talking to Kevin Nash, and they made it very clear that Kevin Nash was to butter this lady up, sex her up real good, so that they can get her money to fund the MEM takeover of TNA.
So what I want you to do is charm the pants off that okay?
And then the following week, there was a backstage segment where Lauren was talking to Kevin Nash with Jenna. Lauren goes, Kevin, we all know what you're doing here, that you just want to be with the woman. And Kevin goes, like, shush, Lauren, she doesn't know. That was fucking great.
No, you're going to ruin this, yeah?
That was so much fun.
There's no good reason for this match then. And to top it all off, they're both heels, so you're getting no heat. Yeah. It's just not possible to get heat from Sharmell, who never wrestles, and a woman who nobody recognizes, I'm sure.
But just want to point out, she did Playboy. Jenna Morasca.
Oh.
Googled. She is a fabulous looking lady.
Oh,
she certainly is.
Fabulous looking
lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
You wouldn't know it. Her outfit is terrible. Like, it's really
she
bad.
is very nice. But I definitely don't want to see that.
No? Okay. I won't send it.
No.
I won't.
Hate that stuff.
I won't look it up. I don't even know where to get it.
But
I love my family too much to ever want to look at that.
So, Sharmell comes out first. Does the MEM fingers really nice. Strippy Jenna, she comes out and right, and then just wipe my page on the screen. Cuts to Sharmell going,
yeah. And then there was Sojo outside. You can see the two of them going,
you're so gross.
Bitch.
All right, the two bastions of wrestling. They lock up. There's a knee. Jenna crumples to the mat. Oh, fuck. Awkward hair throw to the mat. Oh. Mountain shrill smash the head into the mat. Morasca, you throw the ropes, can't run the ropes. Sharmell, can't throw an elbow. Touch the ropes, cross body, 0 height. And then slippy.
They are legendary slaps, which make Shane McMahon's punches to Randy Orton look like Ali versus Foreman.
We are 90 seconds deep and the crowd turn on the bout. Just, you get overwhelming.
A little bit of her own medicine.
Yeah, open hand slaps from Jenna.
Nice
And then
spear.
from the mount.
Get the wrestlers in. Sojo grabs Jenna's feet. Pff, sounds like death. Time for Jenna's big comeback. I've been in the danger zone. -5 star. It's slippity snappy, flippity flappity. What do we got? Horny ref spot.
Oh, yes.
Earl jumps in, hey, and then he gets up to, oh, I'm okay. Considers jumping back in. Oh no, better break it up. Fucking take it home, ladies.
We're like 2 minutes in and it's like, go home. Go for the betterment of the company. Go home.
Jenna has some of Sharmell's hair. Who gives it to Kong? Who gives it back to Sharmell with a chop? Dead sexy pin. 1, 2, 3. And I will survive. Mercifully, it is over.
Get the video camera.
Here's your winner, Jenna Morasca.
I'll tell you what, right? I think Sharmell could be coached to wrestle a match.
I agree.
Jenna Morasca could not be coached to wrestle a match. Surely at some point they had Jenna Morasca in a ring, and surely at some point they realised we can't put her on TV in a ring, let alone on fucking pay-per-view. It's the slaps, isn't it? That's what makes the match, right?
It is.
Why are your elbows close to your rib cage while you're doing the slaps? That's not...
It's like a fucking wiper of a windscreen.
Exactly. It makes no sense. But I think she crumples quite well. Occasionally. Most of the time she kind of very gently sits on the mat. But like sometimes she gets hit and she'll go down quite well.
Jeff Hardy crumple physics.
I do. I think she has that. Like,
but she doesn't sell. She just lays there dead.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do now?
Someone should get in there. Jenna, waggle your feet a bit.
Yeah, if only I was there to coach her.
It'd be -4 stars now.
I'm not saying it's not the worst match in wrestling history, but it's tied with many other matches at the very bottom of the cesspool. It is not out on its own as the worst match in wrestling history.
They didn't botch stuff, but you have to do stuff for it to be botched.
Yes.
So it was literally like, 3 minutes of absolutely nothing. There was the slaps.
Yeah.
Then there was Awesome Kong not catching Sojo Bo when she flew backwards off the ropes. That looked really bad as well. What possessed them to send out Sharmell to wrestle in a blue evening ball gown with feathers that would fall off and be just blue feathers all around the ring?
That to me was almost the most jarring part of the match, in that you're not giving yourself a chance.
No.
If you're going to go be this stupid, why not have it in a pig pen or a...
Foxy boxing or a mud pit or...
mud pool, whatever.
Yeah, may as well.
Would you like a bit of scare on it? Kurt Angle, he blamed the quality of the Sharmell-Jenna match on TNA, said they should have given her 2 months to train, but nothing for the spots at the match, because she couldn't do anything. And if she had at least a month, she'd be doing something passable. Why is Kurt Angle defending her? Because Kurt was the one who pushed to bring her in to the company. They had done a movie together, Endgame.
Oh, that's your movie!
Yeah! If you're ranking what actor do you like best by the amount of their filmography you've seen, I'm Kurt Angle's my favourite actor. He plays a killer clown in this one. It's really weird. Like, they don't do any ADR, like, to revoice it so they can cut out the noise of the room. So whenever he walks, all you hear is it's oh my god.
Miss Penderlake, I'm a little pressed for time. I'm looking for evidence for the case. Do you know if Beatrice had any diaries, any phone books, anything like that?
She had some stuff in the top drawer. Bedroom.
Is this her room?
Yes.
May I look?
Yes.
Thank you.
He thought that Jenna was a nice, pretty girl, and since she was on Survivor, figured TNA would be interested. They were. I thought Survivor would be on Spike, same as TNA, but no, it was on CBS. So a week after it, Jenna Morasca went on her MySpace blog and gave out to the people saying her match was terrible by saying, I only had a few days to prepare and I thought I did pretty good. Then someone pointed out you were at Impact tapings over a month ago, training. Yeah. Anyway, how much did Jenna Morasca make off of TNA?
150 grand.
Reportedly $500,000 for her TNA appearances. Because Dixie's a huge reality show mark, I just want to point out the previous summer TNA turned down Gail Kim asking for a small cost of living raise. They turned her down and she went to WWE.
Fucking hell. $500,000 for this.
Every slap, 100 grand.
In hindsight, 15 years later, it may have been worth it for the joy that this match brings, but holy shit, that's so much money.
Oh, that's 5 Samoa Joes.
That's madness. Yeah. Legendarily bad match, lads. Legendarily.
But ultimately entertaining. I don't want to see a full card of these matches, but it's okay to sprinkle one in every now and again. I laughed. Like, I enjoyed watching this.
Enjoy. It was weird. I was like stun locked watching this. You know, my poise was broken.
Did you?
I just couldn't. It's infamously bad, so I don't know what to make of it because you're just looking at the car crash in slow motion. Incredible. Did you enjoy watching it anyway?
I did. I had loads of fun watching it. It's definitely something that if you're a wrestling fan, you should check out.
-5 stars.
Straight to Kevin Nash backstage. JB does not ask about Jenna Morasca. For shame. Kevin Nash says, hey, Mick came in with a mullet and gives the frontline lads excuses. They're in the same spot they were 5 to 6 years ago. Garbage. Garbage.
It's so real.
So what? Mick comes in with his mullet and gives him an excuse. Oh, you're still young. You can still pull this off. Look at me. Garbage. Garbage.
He's so great on Pro. Oh my god. Like, I didn't think I'd get anything out of that, and that brought me a lot of joy. Because the next match is for the Legends Championship. It's the champion, AJ Styles versus Kevin Nash. Build up to this, AJ berates Nash for only doing it for the money, whilst Nash says in 96, I barely made 7 figures. So good. AJ, I'd wrestle for free, for the love of it. And Nash's, I want a title because it adds 3 to 4 grand to your day, because when fans see it, they all want to get a picture with the champ. And I was like, 20-year-old Jay is like, AJ, yeah, you stick it to the man. Yeah, 40-year-old Jay is like, good for you, Kevin Nash.
Yeah,
You know?
I kind of agree, yeah.
He's grossly overestimating the value of the Legends title.
He just said wearing his belt is an extra $3 or $4.
Oh yeah, I got this. What a pittance.
Ding, 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 dingo, dingo, dingo. AJ elbows Nash to the outside, follows up with a jump over the top. Nash dodges, so AJ lands on the apron. Nash swipes, and AJ flips back into the ring to dodge. Just bring it! Awesome. It is nice to see Nash actually try to wrestle AJ. Whips to the turnbuckle and all that. But it is a bit awkward because he's just so much bigger. A giant of a man. Jackknife! AJ punches out and they both flump down and fighting punches. Flying forearm to a mostly downed Diesel. Styles applies the leg portion of the sharpshooter with the hands.
It's literally the absolute nothing. It's like he's doing more work by holding up Nash's leg than anything Nash is feeling.
Yes, I was looking at it. Is this a move?
It's like a yoga stretch that you'd do after working out to cool down. You know? It would be nice.
Yeah, quite pleasant, yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Phenomenal forearm, kick out. Pele, kick out.
Did you like how after the Pele, Don West butts in and he goes, but the Pele always ends the match. It's like, mate, I wonder if it's ever ended a match ever.
I can't remember one match.
Same here.
Maybe the footballer Pele. Nashi lightly pushes the ref into AJ's way, making him jump over the ref and do a flying nothing. Chokeslam. 1, 2, 3, clean win. AJ and his baby blue eyes can't believe it.
Here is your winner and new TNA Legends Champion, Big Sexy
Boys, is that huge?
Ooh, what'd you think?
Yeah, I like this one. Tough to have a bad match with AJ, but...
He managed it. He pulled one out.
No, I liked this match. I actually enjoyed it. I thought they worked well with each other. I thought AJ worked well with Nash's limitation, should I say. Nash going over clean? Nope, don't like it. I absolutely understand. If you're putting all the belts on the Mafia, fine, he has to win the belt. Well, yeah, but... No, and I remember...
If that is the case, tap the nose.
Mum's the word. If we go back to a few episodes ago, I think, was it Sting beat AJ perfectly clean? I can't remember.
Oh, that's when he battered him.
And then he rolled him up, took him by surprise, and he beat him clean. And AJ is like, he got me.
Yeah, I don't know why Nash is beating AJ clean here, but I thought Nash did fine. I quite liked it.
It was ludicrous watching that finish.
Yeah.
Like, just choke slam, pin.
Yeah. You little bitch.
Yeah, I took your belt. You weirdo. You
weirdo.
You little weirdo. I thought it was no good because it's very awkward seeing them wrestle, but well done to Nash trying to wrestle AJ as opposed to wrestling his match, you know? Yeah. But it makes sense that Nash, crafty veteran, would use a noggin to outsmart the bombastic AJ.
AJ worked hard. That's great. Nash tried, but he's not capable of doing anything. I didn't think this match was very good. I'm a bit annoyed at how they just keep hammering AJ down. Just every month, you're a loser, you're not as good as these old men. And the hope for TNA in the future is nil because you're just going to lose and you're going to lose and you're going to lose and you'll be a loser.
This is a devastating loss.
Yeah.
And he can't worm his way out of it. He just beat you.
Yeah.
You know?
And look, hats off to Nash. He did try. But
he looks great as well.
Yeah. I thought that the finish kind of came out of nowhere because Nash is not capable of picking up the pace to build. And so they were in first gear and then the fucking handbrake was pulled up. That's it. It's over.
Very good.
Wow, Bret Hart.
Hey, give me an extra large pizza with pepperoni, mushrooms, and extra cheese.
Hey, Hitman, how about a second extra large for only a toonie?
Yeah, I want to crack the cardboard. Crack the cardboard with pizza, Ontario's #1. Just tell them the Hitman sent you.
So what you need to do is kneel down and bob on this bottle right here.
Go back and get your gear on and have a beer and get ready to get your ass kicked.
Match number 7 for the TNA tag titles. It's the Main Event Mafia's Booker T and Scott Steiner versus Beer Money Incorporated, the champions, James Storm and Robert Roode.
So you're saying that Beer Money won the belts back after lockdown, is that what you're telling me?
Ooh,
Imagine Beer Money with the tag titles.
Only you, the prognosticator.
So, in the build-up to Slammiversary, there was the 3D Invitational Tournament. The finals of that happened at Sacrifice, which Beer Money won, so that they could earn a title shot at Slammiversary. Then, at the end of the match, the British Invasion come down to ringside, get involved. Rob Terry prevents the referee from counting Devon's pin on Beer Money. Devon puts Douglas through a table, and then Beer Money uses that distraction to hit the DWI and regain their titles.
Yeah.
They hit it! DWI! Beer Money Incorporated! And they win the tag team title! Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, and new
Accentless Booker. Get ready to get your ass kicked to Beer Money. No pretense here, just that's what's going to happen. The best of Harlem Heat and Steiner Brothers together. I couldn't think of any decent names for them. Anyone at home, put ideas for a tag name in the comment section. Storm drives down on his beer scooter. Incredible. And the coolest ever, He gives some of his beer to the awaiting open mouth of a fan.
Yeah.
Isn't that so cool? Is that the first time a fan has gotten beer from a wrestler?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Not the other way around?
Yeah, it's usually the other way around, right?
Yeah.
Would you have accepted said beer?
No, you'd
Sober.
be fucking roofied, man.
Oh dear. Double suplex to Steiner. It's not safe to hot dog yet. Toss Booker over the top. Beer.
Money.
Big pile of nothing as Storm's just getting trounced. Hebner shows he's much more of a competent referee as after an overhead suplex, Steiner goes to pin Storm. Referee says no, as part of him is under the bottom rope, which is just as good as holding the bottom rope.
That's something I don't like. I feel like if you happen to land in a certain way, you should have to put the effort of grabbing the rope to break out of a pin.
Don't know, Steve. The person on the offensive should have the ring awareness to understand when you can and can't pin, you know?
Maybe if your shoulder breaks the plane of the ropes, you know?
Okay.
Or something like that.
Big Tornado DDT gives Storm the opening he needs to make the cold tag to Rude. He runs wild and the crowd are indifferent.
Rude, equal opportunity, taking down both Steiner and Booker.
Well, he was just begging for the tag there, and one thing about him, we saw him in that elimination match.
Insigiri to Booker to sequester. Reversal big boot to Steiner and into a code breaker and clothesline. Super safe on Steiner. I like that. Self rock bottom to Rude. Pull the tights to throw Steiner into Booker, but the schoolboy is ineffective. Spit beer in the face. Hits the ref and he goes down. DWI. Super safe again, but can't get it done. Earl is still selling the beer. Hey, that beer is high proof. Ask Jeff Hardy. Do you remember that's what Storm drank out of the beer bottle and then he had a lighter and then he spat a fireball at Jeff? Just April 12, 2010. Jeff actually suffered second-degree burns and Spike cut it from the TV show.
Wow.
Like, that was dangerous. We're actually not showing it. But you can see it here.
Oh, God! He blew a fireball right in the face!
Jaw-jacking with the ref gives Booker the opening to scissor kick Rude. Steiner pins. Storm pretends he can't get into them in time. I can't.
Oh my
what's
God.
happening?
That was so embarrassing.
1, 2, 3, and the Mafia pick up the tag titles in 12 minutes 38 seconds.
Boy, it's unfolding right in front of our eyes, just like the main event Mafia has promised.
Can you imagine a swimming pool full of wrestling referees? You know, you dive in and they come up, 20 minutes later, wiping their eyes. What a mess.
It would just be gridlock. Getting out of it.
Ah, dear.
Coming out and their hair is all bleached.
It was fine. You got 3 very good workers and one, can still work. Steiner can still go when he wants to. But there was nothing to get your teeth into here. Obviously, at this point, it's a predictable result. Don't worry, though. Beer Money will get the belts back soon. Don't you fucking worry.
I think you're being a bit generous. I thought this match was pretty stinky. It was all just punchy kicky. There were no booked spots really. There was nothing that I remember from it other than the completely stupid finish that made Storm look like an absolute moron. They didn't really build up to anything. And Storm, he goes to get in the ring before the ref and has to get out, let the ref get in, and then he just I don't know, his legs just turned to jelly and he couldn't get into the ring. It was so funny. State of it.
Yeah, the match is really basic and forgettable. But promo-wise, Booker and Steiner are hot shit. Just magnetic, fantastic personalities.
I agree.
Booker comes out on promo. I told you, Big Papa, Big Booty Daddy, all of that. I was just thinking of Vince McMahon when he's saying, Taz, Suplex King, all of that stuff.
The sawed-off monster, and Suplex King and all that kind of stuff. And, I enjoyed Taz's work.
The Suplex King.
All of that.
Hey. Do you want to do the what bar?
Ooh.
No.
Okay. Next match number 10.
Go on.
That ends up that match. Except Steve. what bar are Beer Money Incorporated?
Well, mostly Steve.
Yeah.
They are wearing a dark green with some white and black printing on the back.
Going for some kind of dollar bill, kind of?
Dollar bill, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't say what bar
Go
are
on.
Beer Money. I say what beer?
Oh.
Beer
Yeah?
Money.
Okay, give me some good names here. I want to hear. I like.
God.
This is
Okay.
the only reason
This is
I'm
it.
still sitting here.
We have
This
at,
is it.
Give me the names.
Tank
Jay.
versus Summons. Go.
We have at AKC994.
Murder on the dance floor.
Says they are a couple of Mickeys.
Hey! Fantastic. You could've-
23 Mickeys.
Yay.
At John A. Rinthium.
Oh, that's get it into your Cynthium.
Oh, wow.
Anti-hero Pale Ales.
Hey. Yeah, very nice. I like it.
Yep.
Bit of a warrior there.
We have Anthony Naseby.
Don't do something crazy.
As they are a fucking hell.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah.
Which I believe is from the
good.
German town of fucking.
Is there an
Really?
umlaut,
That's
in there?
Is that legitimate?
Did I fact check? No,
No,
because
I-
I believe are good fans.
And
we have
not lazy.
Derek Schwartz.
Laser that warts.
Oh my god.
Wait, Derek Schwartz, see in Wrestler's Court.
No.
The first one's better.
Okay.
He says they are a St. Patrick's Day special edition Get the Green bottle of Bud Light with the chance to win beer money.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Boolabus.
Yeah.
Well done.
And the final one, my boy, Anthony Carter,
Don't be a charter.
All right. I was.
says he is
Wait.
Hold on, Jay. Give me
Oh.
Come on.
Oh.
Is he smarter?
No.
No.
Come on, Jay. You got 5 out of 5 so far. Don't let us down on the last one.
Win via barter.
Where's lingerie garters?
Yeah, okay.
That'll do.
Yeah. We got there.
They are
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
a Virgil signed special one in a lifetime only OOC Virgil dollar.
That's the winner. Yeah, that is.
that's it.
He's brought me back for one night only, the What Bar, circle
Fold.
of trust. Yeah.
So there we go. That is the best of the Beer Money What Beers. Thank you for everyone who bothered.
But for the 1,200 that didn't get
To
featured?
people who didn't make it, be better.
Oh no.
Thank you so much.
The heel turn is
We
complete.
do appreciate it. Mostly Steve.
Joe, will the mystery end tonight? For the past several months, there's been somebody behind the scenes seemingly mentoring you.
What are we doing? Oh my God. Topless Nation of Violence, Joe. Get those teacups on you, mate. Oh, it's okay. He has a black towel on his head. Gut kept at bay by his Polynesian pants. Lauren presses him for who's been mentoring you behind the scenes. As visually, you get a huge clue who's doing the... You're going to find out in a second anyway. He's doing the Taz towel on the head and arms folded stance.
I don't think Kane was doing it yet, was he?
Oh, no, Gabriel?
Kane did it in 2003.
With the towel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one after, he lost his mask and he gained the towel.
Oh, that was 2003. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he went to the
He
beach.
gained the towel.
It was a swap meet.
It should have been just a hand towel and it just covered his face.
Brilliant. Because next up, it is Nation of Violence Samoa Joe versus Sting. Just in case you didn't get the subtle answer of who Joe's mentor is, the video package just frickin' tells you, survive if I let you, 13, 13, 13.
I don't understand what the point is. Maybe they're just like, this is going to be shit, let's just do it now and we won't disappoint people during the match. I don't know.
At least if you did it on TV, people could call their friends, hey, he's going to show up, that has to be Taz, there's got to be Taz. You know, but if it's on pay-per-view, you either bought it or you haven't.
Yeah. There was a spot on the Go Home Impact where they were doing like a beatdown and then the lights went off and then the Taz song started playing.
A Taz song.
Yeah, an A Taz song. And I think like Mike Tenay was going like, oh, I know who that is. And I was like, yeah, we all know, because it's the exact same fucking rip-off TNA's. Like, it's just missing someone going, because they all sound the same.
Attacked him from... Oh, I think I know what this symbolizes. I think I know who this symbolizes. I believe Sting knows it too. We'll have it confirmed this Sunday.
Who's Taz?
Taz!
I can't think of an animal that is close to a Tasmanian devil that isn't. Do you know, like, a coyote has entered the impact zone. Do you know?
Coyote. It's the wallaby.
So we got Joe versus Sting, a rematch from our inaugural TNA Main Event Mafia pay-per-view, Bound for Glory 2008. They immediately Dudley Boyz it and brawl in the crowd. Suplex the Stinger on the ramp on the TNA branding. Nice. Joe's working heel, which unfortunately just means rest hold to rest hold, headlock to headlock. While we've a bit of time, congrats to Samoa Joe, the most successful Samoan not part of the bloodline. Not a huge accomplishment. It's like, he's bested Sonny Siaki.
Yokozuna, no? Is he part of the bloodline?
Yeah.
He is, isn't he?
Let's have a look at the,
he was
the bloodline here.
Very successful.
Yes.
Yoko would be ahead of Joe, but
he was WWF champion.
He is the bloodline. He's part of it, yeah.
My favourite Photoshop of the bloodline is at the top. It just says Canary M. Burns. Mr. Burns put a canary at the head of the plant, so he won't go down. Canary M. Burns.
I wouldn't go to jail. The legal owner of this plant would. Canary M. Burns.
Sting finally finds an opening with a clothesline, but his pinfall only gets a 1. Stinger splash? Scorpion deathlock? Yes, that should be the finish. So, Steve, would you mind giving us a legally distinct Taz theme? Stephen, what is the WWF Taz song?
Beep, 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 beep.
And that main riff, can you reverse that, please? It's too happy.
He's talented.
It's way happier, isn't it? Yeah. So he has Taz walking out like this with a big smile on his face.
It's Wallaby!
Fucking Wallaby! Oh my god.
Nice of Sting to release the Scorpion Deathlock, because he just would have won with that. Joe hulks up. They work their way to Sting being up on the turnbuckles for a muscle buster, obviously. And fuck. Joey Samoa awkwardly tries for a few more seconds. You got him up? No, you got forget it. It gives up and transitions into the Coquina clutch. And I was like, come on, Steve Borden, come on, just go on, please. And he taps! 12 minutes, 38 seconds. Joey Samoa wins it.
Oh, he's got it in there tight.
Is Sting going to take that? He just tapped.
Here is your winner, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe!
I don't know what kind of mood I was in watching this show, because I enjoyed this match. This has been happening a lot in this pay-per-view. Maybe it's because my expectations of Sting were lowered so much from the lockdown main event. I couldn't imagine him ever having a competent match, but in my view, he had one here. Yeah, Joe, his aesthetics are just distracting and take away from his wrestling ability at this point.
He's wearing curtains from the 70s.
Yes.
And the cock in the mouth, you know.
Yeah, it really detracts from his wrestling ability at this point. You'd already ruined Taz's reveal in the promo package, and now you bring him out to no fanfare whatsoever. Oh yeah, there he is. Taz is obviously Joe's mentor, yeah? And he's walking back now, that's it. Why? Why have him come out and stand there and go away again?
Yeah. He basically Braden fucking Walkered. Like, he came out, he had his arms crossed, and then, he was like, right, Joe, the pizza's getting cold.
I do love that they really booked Joe to be strong here, and that every time Sting pins him, he kicks out at 1. I did like that. And Sting, allegedly, he forgot the finish of the match against Joe. So when he gets him up for the muscle buster, that's why he sandbags him. And he tried it again and said, I don't know what's going on. And then they flump
I don't believe that at all.
Sting's not a bad dude, though, you know?
He's known to not put in the effort in TNA. He gassed out very early in this match. I think Joe had to grab like 4 headlocks because Sting was knackered. And then there was a spot where Sting was meant to kick, Joe was meant to catch it, and then he was meant to hit like a jumping kick. And Sting was so tired that it took him like 3 goes to get his leg up high enough for Joe to catch it. He couldn't get his leg up to hip height. I just think he physically couldn't go up for the muscle buster, and Sting is such a big dude that Joe couldn't herc him up. And so they were just like, plan B, what's that? The same finish as the last match. Sorry, the same finish as the next match, which they actually just damn it deloaded.
Oh no. Although I do like that Joe made Sting tap, because that's a more decisive victory than kind of stun locking him for 3 seconds and, you know, getting the better of him. He actually makes him give up, which is great. TNA in a nutshell. We get the debut of Taz as the commentators throw to a video package of the new TNA signing. Someone else. Billy Lindsay, who's talking about Brock Lesnar.
Who hasn't been seen in 2 months.
He is actually backstage, but they don't use him. Yeah, but they just play the footage of him putting over Brock Lesnar.
He is backstage. They just don't use him.
Listen to the notes they're not playing, Steve.
And because I am a heavyweight fighter, Brock is a champion. I'd like to be a champion, so I'm watching everything Brock does. And eventually, I do want to fight Brock for that title.
Backstage, Mick Foley is feeling trepidatious but quietly confident he's gonna beat Kurt, as he knows the damage he's done winning the Olympic gold never truly healed. And besides, to beat me, you're gonna have to beat me. Better or worse than Ric Flair, over on there. Better or worse than, if you're thinking about me tapping, it's just not happening. What do you think, yeah?
Nah, man. No, you're better than that, Mick. Come on.
He's like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. So 8 matches down, 1 match left, because it's time for your main event. Your main event for the TNA heavyweight title. Not like there's a TNA middleweight title. Mick Foley versus the main event Mafia leader Kurt Angle, the champion. Steve, unveil the build. The Gilles de Builder.
Gilles de Builder.
Foley lost his belt at Slammiversary in the King of the Mountain match, but he came out the following Impact and said, "Oh, you may have won, but I, Kurt Angle, knocked you out during that match, and if this was a regular one-on-one match, I had you beaten. Therefore, you can't claim to be better than me, because you know that I could have beaten you."
That's a preposterous statement. In any time period.
I think it works in the sense that you're playing to the ego of a heel, you know? It is dumb though, but it works. Yeah, and so they go back and forth, you know? There's like a bit of a power play. Kurt Angle thinks that because he's champion, he is the guy in charge, and Mick Foley is like, no, I am the guy in charge. And so they're both making matches, and then they're tweaking other matches, and yeah, just builds up to this match.
Foley keeps saying tweak it.
A lot of tweaking. That's his gimmick. That's his gimmick.
Him and his disgusting tweaking.
But I will say that him and JB do have like a caricature picture, and it's the tweet and tweak connection, which is cute.
Yeah.
They're calling us the Tweet and Tweak Connection.
It's catchy.
It is catchy, huh?
Hello, maintenance. Yeah, get me my guy.
Hey, I just want to thank you. Me and my family really want to thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it.
That's what friends are for. Your assignment for today is simple. Styles is out. Tweet and tweak is in.
You got it, man. Right. Here, just let me have this.
Make sure it's level, okay?
Looking at the Cactus Jack, his side stripe of leopard print, I was like, Jenna Morasca must have used the rest of the fabric to make her outfit. Mixter's surprising angle by grounding him with a wrestling move, a front face lock. Armbar 2, and Kurt smartly uses his leg to touch the bottom rope, which wrestlers forget about a lot. Really nice of Kurt to let Mick take the lead and not blow him up in 10 seconds, if he wanted to. Pile driver to the outside? No, Mick, you got too greedy. Back body drop, and Mick's legs smack off the stairs. Ouch.
Going to try and go pile driver out on the floor, and instead, oh!
But that's what they were going for. Why does Mick put himself in these positions? Like, clearly he gave the okay, yeah, whack my legs off the ring steps. He's just nuts.
Yep.
Socko, legally distinct sock. It's just a regular sock. No, ref bump, angle slam, but hey, stop selling and count. Kevin Nash Schwab elbow drop to the ref. That's for being out of position. No, that was hilarious because Kurt caused it. But Clever TNA tells us he did it so Kurt could bring a chair in. Classic cactus elbow drop to angle on the outside. Socko, yes. And with a key lock on the free hand. I love it. Kurt punches his way out and ankle lock. Mick winces and struggles and reaches the bottom rope. Kurt releases the hold, kicks his hands free and reapplies in the middle of the ring. He goes down, scissoring the legs, nowhere to go. In agonizing pain, Mick has no choice but to tap, and tap he does. The Mafia now confirmed with the World Champion, Legends Champion, Tag Champion and Cockface Champion. They rule the roost. Kurt Angle wins.
And because they were too big to bother having someone become the X Division champion, we didn't get an X Division match on this entire card. Because fuck you, smokers.
Yeah, why couldn't you have Joe as the X Division champion?
Because he's too fat.
He's fat!
What did you think of this one? Do you think he fared better?
Yes, he definitely did. This was much better than Lockdown. Again, I quite liked it. He surprised me. I had said in the last show, he's done. He can't wrestle another competent match. There's no way. I found he wrestled a competent match here. I was pleasantly surprised. I know he's
I was say all it took was to be in the ring with the greatest of all time.
There you go. It helps. It helps. I mean, there's a massive difference between Sting and Kurt Angle, particularly in 2009.
Listen, let's put him in the ring with Bashir and see how he does. Put him in the ring with Abyss and see how.
Oh God!
You'd probably love that, actually.
I know, but it'd be so bad. And they had opportunities here. There's no steel cage. You can go and take shortcuts. Yeah, they went outside the ring for a bit, but they didn't spend the majority of the match outside the ring. They actually wrestled a match. Fair play to you, Mick. So, yeah, I give this a mild thumbs up.
I thought it was better than the Lockdown main event. I absolutely agree with that. I don't think it was a good match. 85% of this match was boring. Very punchy kicky, lots of headlocks. But there is at least spots that are memorable, even though they made me wince. Like the backdrop on to the stairs was frightening, but it was a big moment. They were at least capable of picking up the pace towards the end and building to a finish, which is something that we didn't see in other matches on this card and we didn't see in the Lockdown main event last month. Overall, it was fine. It was better than I thought it was going to be, and that's about as good as I can ask for.
I'm afraid I'll have to agree to agree. Yeah, way better than the Lockdown match. I was just thinking, like, maybe it's because Lockdown is more infamous, or maybe Lockdown had much higher stakes, him being the world champ, being the figurehead of the company. And by Victory Road, he's lost it, so the pressure is off. But also, Mick Foley, fair dues to him, lost a ton of weight since April, moving much quicker, more confident, and against a much more agile opponent. So easily the superior bout. Like, it wasn't amazing or whatever, but way better. So well done.
It was the ankle lock, the patented finisher, as Kurt Angle, yes, retained the TNA World Heavyweight title. There's the celebration, Don.
And also, Angle went into this match injured.
Yes.
Yeah.
That stubble he was rocking was actually because he was filming a movie, Warrior.
Yes,
that MMA film.
yeah.
He plays a Russian MMA fighter called Koba. Even has a 3-round fight. And on the set, he pulled his groin. And so he's working with that injury. That fight, it really was late 2000s because do you remember Batman Begins? Any of the fight scenes is like, shaky cam, Kevin Dunn. We zoom in close because we can't really film a choreographed fight, So it's a bit of that. He knocks lumps out of your man. He's playing with him and he belly to back overhead suplex. There's a fall away slam into the cage. Looks great. But the movie's not from his point of view. It's from the other guy. So we're supposed to feel bad for him. And he's like, come on, you got to get in there. If you lose this match against Kurt Koba, sorry, you have no home to go to. And so he hulks up, swings wildly, and he's able to get a knee bar on him and beat Kurt. And I was just watching it. I have no interest in seeing him win. I'm like, come on, Kurt, angry Russian dude. Yeah, let's do it. I was wondering, is that how it is when Russians watch Rocky IV?
I would assume so. Why not?
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Even though he's being booked as the heel, they'd see him as a valiant babyface.
I would have thought so. Is there any movie where there's an Irish person that's the villain? Blown away.
Blown away. Do you know how to make him up, Michael?
Yeah. But we're only rooting for him because he says, blown away. That's the only reason.
I've come to Boston. Fine place for a Mick to lose himself, wouldn't you say? Do you ever hear of the Big Bang, Liam?
Foley was on Angle's podcast talking about this. What did he say? Going into the match, Mick was having all his self-doubts and conditioning issues, so he asked Kurt to turn the intensity down a notch since he couldn't bring that matching babyface fire. Kurt was happy with the match, even with his pulled groin and taking it a little easy in the ring. He wasn't disappointed with, but not something he'd hold on a high pedestal.
I think he's been a bit kind there. But no, actually no, he did very well with Mick. He did very well.
This match was absolutely okay.
Mm-hmm.
Something else he mentioned is that, hey, Mick, how do you sustain decades of damage to your body? And he puts it all to his blind Vietnamese therapist. He said she works wonders. I bring her backstage to the shows and they actually film the day after lockdown at his gaff. They brought JB and Russo, I think, and just see what was he doing for the next day. And she's there, so she's actually, you can see her on Impact. And he has a gimmick where he's like, oh yeah, so I tip her. And he gets out a $1 bill and she's blind. So it's like, here, tell her it's a 20.
Oh, come on, Mick. Anybody can tell us it's a one. What? It's a $1 bill.
I'm making championship money now. That's for you.
That is great.
No.
That is great.
Yes. Anyway, good times. Don't mind, Steve.
You
Don't mind
loved his stand-up, didn't you? You just wouldn't tell me. You fucking loved it.
That was good. That was solid.
You know Kurt Angle, right? Talking about his podcast. So when did he go back to WWE? 2017? He was GM.
Yeah, he was in the Shield.
Well, he did the Hall of Fame in 2017. But anyway, and then he came back as GM. But what happened to his personality and charisma ever since that point? Like whatever it was, 7 years ago. He's just lost the Kurt Angle magic. You know, remember he was GM and he used to just smile and nod. He's got this podcast and I've listened to quite a bit of it. It's like, you've got nothing going on here, mate. You're just very complimentary about everything and everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm not I don't want you to shit on everything, but
like he just doesn't want to burn any bridges or anything. He doesn't want to miss out on earning opportunities.
Exactly. And like, but I just want you to be honest. I don't, you don't have to give me the dirt, but like, it's just so bland. And what a shame.
Maybe he's just at a point in his life where nothing really phases me or matters all that much.
And that's great. And if so, I'm really happy for him, but it's not good enough for a podcast. You've got to be phased by shit if you're going to do a podcast.
Everyone has a podcast.
I know.
Look at us three gobshites. We've been doing it for years.
Yeah, but we were doing it before everyone else, though. We were the first.
We were the first
one.
We invented the word podcast before they just called it non-live talkie. There's a great bit on the build is that Foley beat a former world champion to get him into ring shape. Yes, Mick wrestled Rocky Balboa. A cardboard cutout. He promised to face a former world champion. Even got a knockoff Mickey to cheer him on. It was just an old lad, you know. Suplex to a cardboard cutout. Pile driver. Great form on him. Mick runs the ropes and enjoys it too much. He's laughing when he's running and he trips over the cutout and has to slam on the brakes. People's elbow. 1, 2, 3. Great stuff. Magic.
He's done it! Oh my God, Mick Foley! The hardcore legend, Mick Foley! I don't know. That's too bad.
Steve, what happened on Impact?
No.
Don't.
You promised.
I did.
Final
you
thoughts.
fucking promised.
I just.
Okay, go on.
I'm willing to do that.
July 23rd, they have an office keys on a pole match for the keys to Foley's office. Whack-a-wum, MEM. No contest there. That was it. Thanks for tuning in.
A no contest on a pole match. Guess who's back in charge of creative since July?
Russo.
Yeah.
This is a short one, isn't it?
Yeah. He comes back, he's just like immediately pole matches.
Fish market brawls.
Oh, man.
Fish match.
See, no wonder you've been enjoying the show more. Look at him. Direct correlation here. So let's take it to the aftermath.
Brother Ray, yep. French kissing the fish.
Welcome to the aftermath. Oh, Caesar, what did you make of Victory Road?
I figured it out. I know why I was so kind to this pay-per-view. It's because lockdown was generally quite bad. That watching this was not saying TNA is back. This is where we had it in 2007, 2008. No, it's just better than it was a couple of months earlier.
It's less bad.
That's it. And there's a hint of optimism there that you never know. TNA might become what we always hoped they would. There's a chance. All we need is Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. But overall, yeah, I found it a pleasant watch. I wouldn't recommend watching it. Go watch a better TNA pay-per-view. But yeah, I got a kick out of it.
I am shocked. Like, I did think that this was better than Lockdown as well, just overall. But it is also boring. And so, 5 out of 10 is not great. I would actually rather Russo's car crash booking and exhausting flurry. I'd rather a 1 on 10 than a 5 on 10.
Yeah.
At least you're trying to do a 10 on 10. Okay. Do you know? I don't know.
Yeah. My thoughts are very similar to yours, Shay. There was nothing on this show that was as bad as the worst of Lockdown because Jenna Morasca is so bad that it's good. It goes full circle. And I enjoyed those couple of minutes. The issue with this show is everything was just kind of there. It was just boring. It was okay TV matches on a pay-per-view. What really hurt it, you can see that the fans, even the most loyal hardcore fans who were there for every taping, every pay-per-view, every show, they're beginning to give up. They are quiet, they are having none of it, and they're beginning to stop caring.
You know what it was? No Abyss Morgan match this month.
Whoa.
It's been a while.
Two matches next. Brucey bonus segment. So we were talking about Jenna Morasca and Sharmell. You alright, mate?
Yeah, something just popped.
Oh no.
It's alright. I'm old.
Okay.
Show will go on.
Yeah.
How you recorded a podcast with a broken freaking shoulder. Beat that, Kurt.
With a sore freaking shoulder.
We just watched Jenna Morasca versus Sharmell, which is a legendarily bad match. It's gone down in WrestleBolics history.
Infamous -5 stars.
Yeah.
And the pay-per-view got worst Observer pay-per-view of the year.
Which is crazy because I do think Lockdown was the worst pay-per-view, but whatever. There's another legendarily bad women's match that happened in TNA. Shelley Martinez versus Rebel match. Let's do it to it.
Yeah. So in the 2010s, TNA did these kind of Treehouse of Horror style pay-per-views. One shot, no continuity pay-per-views where they bring in lots of outside talent for a bit of crack. So their theme shows like X Division or Rivals, and this one is knockouts based.
Knockout, knockdown.
What better way to pay tribute to her than reconnecting with my Mexican roots.
Shelly Martinez with her face painted. She's got like a Dia. Is it Dia del Muerte or Dia des Muerte?
Dia del Monte.
Dia des Lynam.
I love the way
she have a big mustache.
I love the way Shelley before the pre-match promo, she's saying, "I'm gonna honor my gram by getting my tits out."
Yeah.
Oh,
What a wonderful ring gear she was wearing by the way.
It was a choice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
she
certainly
must
a
have
choice.
industrial grade anti-jiggle breast tape.
Anti-slip.
Yeah, she had like that
tape.
3M double-sided sticky tape. You know, very impressive.
It was fabulous.
Orlando, Florida. By my calculations, we haven't seen Shelley since 2008.
Rebel with a strippy captain gimmick.
Slightly less tarty than Jenna Morasca, but it's all great stuff.
She does the splits on the rope and then suggestively bounces on it. And I was like, well, you should be in the Beautiful People.
Mm-hmm.
Solid. That's way better than what Kip Sop did.
Oh, God.
So Rebel, she's got to defend herself on multiple fronts here. She has to.
Rebel shouts something at Shelley and she immediately polls the crowd to ask if she's ugly or not, to which the crowd tell her no. And then she proclaims, "No, I work out."
I work out.
Yeah, it's funny.
I just want to say it, like, there's a whirlwind of sadness that it's so quiet that she can actually just talk to the crowd. And you hear the feedback. It's like, oh my God.
It is definitely one of the saddest parts of this. You know, she's having conversations with singular fans. It's a bit sad.
What year is this?
2016.
So this is pre your boy
Bobby Fish.
Yeah, way before Bobby Fish, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Bobby Fish is like 2022 or something.
So like TNA has been quiet since 2017.
Oh, well, when did Brooke Hogan, you know, whenever Brooke Hogan got a paycheck, that's when it died, so.
That's a crowd. That's a really good crowd here in this pay-per-view, and it's just like, they're just not interested.
It's probably like really hot outside and they have AC.
Yeah.
Free AC. Lock up. Better than Jenna Morasca. Better than the non-wrestler and the woman who's never wrestled.
Congratulations.
Thumbs up.
Just to pull the party streamers.
You do not have the worst lockup in wrestling history, girls. Rebel complains that she wasn't ready, and then she takes about 2 minutes to take off her jacket and fold it up. And this is 2 minutes of a match with a 6-minute runtime.
And Shelley getting her dukes up.
I did. Also putting her hair up and squaring up. Yeah. So Shelley catches Rebel in an armbar and then like a kind of a Mexican surfboard type move.
Just a surfboard, isn't it?
Well, not for her.
Yeah.
She's not from Mexico.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She finally catches her leg and pulls her into the splits before hitting a drop kick.
That'll hurt. Look like it hurt for sure. Rebel still down.
That's pretty impressive athletic ability to be able to go from standing to pulled into a splits. Rebel gets the heat with an abdominal stretch to which she rolls through, hooks the legs and sticks on. You can't really call it a banana split when it's two ladies, can you? Anyway, it's at this point where this match becomes legend as we get the greatest sell in the history of professional wrestling as Shelley screams out, thunderous echoing around this empty building as the sound bounces back to her. My veg, my veg, my veg, my veg, my veg, my veg, my veg. Fucking hilarious. So then the ref gets in and does the ref call of, what do you say? Asking her if she wants to quit or not, to which she misunderstood asking, what did you say? And she repeats, I said my veg hurts.
Now it's a cub. No, it's a. I've seen a lot of wrestling, JB. Yep. Sometimes you just gotta watch it and say, okay, well, let's go ahead and see who's victorious. Yeah.
So Rebel misses the Muda cartwheel move. Shelley hits a terrible snapmare, a clothesline, a chop, and a couple of hair mares. And now it's at this point where the match finally falls apart as they proceed to botch everything that they do for the last 90 seconds or so, okay? So Shelley gets up a big head of steam, and I don't know if she was going for a head scissors or a tilt-a-whirl or a Frankensteiner. They fuck it up because she gets about shin height and Rebel kind of swings her around and they flop to the canvas. Then it's a horrible DDT, right? And then Rebel rolls to the outside, okay? Where you can see that she goes to like a plant in the crowd and she's given some kind of weapon or something. And then she goes to the apron and she puts it under, okay? So then Shelley we're going for the big spot of the match, where she builds up a head of steam and she goes to do a suicide dive. But then she gets completely caught up in the ropes. Rebel didn't hit her. She didn't do anything. And then Rebel picks her up and then rolls back into the ring. And as she does, she like rolls her arse right over her face and then just does an abysmal pin to finally end this legendary match. 10 on 10, lads. Fucking hell.
It's over. Good win for Rebel. How did she do it?
Fucking loved it.
What do you think, Ozzy?
Who gave this -5 stars?
I mean, I think we know, right?
Really? It's not a -5 star match.
If you were just watching it, you're minding your own business, and you got smacked with this match, you'd be furious, I imagine.
Well,
or uproarious.
I would say, like, I don't understand why she was shouting what she... Was that a rib on people? I don't know why she had to shout what she shouted. I don't get it.
Know. I think she's just... You know those rooms where everything is, made out of foam and they've got the foam kind of slats and they say, this is the world's most silent room.
Yep.
If you spend more than 5 minutes in it, you will go insane.
You can't talk about TNA arenas like this.
I think that they were wrestling in
vacuum,
frightening silence.
Yeah.
And it got to them.
Yeah.
And they thought that they would jump kick the
by
crowd.
Shouting badge.
My badge.
I like that explanation. It's like she slowly descended into madness.
It's a madness.
Yeah. Because, people can't last very long in those rooms.
Yeah. Over under on Nia Jackson. My hole.
My hole.
The table.
Look, I really like the last spot where she did whatever she's doing in the ropes, got tangled and just got pinned. I really like that.
I got the impression that Rebel was meant to use whatever she got to hit her. And so she was never meant to do the dive, but Rebel forgot her one spot of the match. Not that Shelley looked great beforehand or anything, but yeah, she made her look even dumber.
Yeah.
Like, I know it got worse as it went along. Like, it built up to the big crescendo. But honestly, less depressing than Jenna Morasca. Like, at least these are two wrestlers wrestling versus two non-wrestlers. And having to watch Jenna be shot like a horse in the ring and selling for 30 seconds. And you can't not look at Shelley Martinez. Like, holy shit. So there you go. Not the worst.
Yeah. I think this match is both much better and much worse than the Jenna match. Like, it's better in the sense that, well, one, you've got two people who are at least capable of doing something. So it's not just nothing happening. But it's worse because at the same time, they're both wrestlers and they botch everything. It's way more entertaining. Like, I loved watching this. I was pissing myself watching this. And then I immediately went onto YouTube and I searched for Brian Alvarez Shelley rant. It's like 6 or 7 minutes long and it's so funny. Just him just losing his mind, because bear in mind, he had to pay to watch that show.
So Shelley got caught up in the ropes, like she would if she had been hit by an object. But there was no object shot.
I believe at one point, Rebel pulled Shelley's ass into her own face.
Yes.
And was still on the bottom, by the way.
Yes.
And then somehow rolled out into something kind of resembling a schoolgirl.
I think that Rebel was trying to cover up her titties as they rolled back into the ring for the cover. And that's why it looks so fucking horrible.
There's a fan in a gray shirt who is clapping, and he just stops, and he stares. And then as she is hung on the ropes, he begins to slowly clap again. And even better, there's a fan behind him and to the left. I believe it's a bald guy in a black shirt, if I remember. He just puts his head in his hands. He can't believe what he's witnessing. So, yes.
-5 stars.
And he like reviews all of these shows, so he has to think about it and do a review on it. You know how miserable you'd be. You would just go insane.
Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't do that.
Every Impact every week for the next 30 years. Like,
not just that match, like he watched that entire show.
Yeah.
Which was probably miserable.
Yeah.
There's no probably. Hey, fantastic, Stephen. Thank you, mate. I did enjoy that a lot. And that does it for a Whopper edition. Victory Road 2009 is on the books.
In the pocket.
Out of sight.
How'd you like that 1v1?
That was grand. That was much better than Lockdown. I had way more fun talking about that show.
Honestly, it was a much more pleasant watch. Even though it was missing the X Division match. But it was fine. It was fine. But yeah, like TNA, a lot of sad decisions, a lot of bad decisions going forward. Oh my God, what is happening? OSE, what do you think?
I'm excited, Jay. We are on the home stretch. Just Bound for Glory, no?
Yeah.
So, if you want to keep this gravy train going, keep this Mick Foley roly-poly, you can slip us a couple of bucks at
NoGRU.OSW Review. That wasn't
He
even
is
words.
done.
That wasn't even words. NoGRU.OSWReview.com.
And if you want to catch over 10 years of us talking shite and, you know, have a good time hopefully while you're doing it and learn a bit about Irish candy bars, you can watch our shows free of charge and an IMAX flavored 4:3 full screen at
OSWReview.com or YouTube.com/OSW Review HD.
Well done, sir. Yeah, so it's a goodbye from V1.
Take a boo.
OSE.
Me do.
Myself, the 2.5-time Golden Nogger Award winner, Jay Hunter, and remember, a winner is you.
-5 stars.